Leo, welcome to my channel. My name is Xabe the Gemini Witch. It is such a pleasure to have you guys here with me today. If you guys are new here, what's up? Welcome. This is going to be a general reading for you guys, Leo. And this is going to be for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or wherever you have Leo in your birth chart placement. If you guys are returning viewers, thank you so much for watching and for supporting this channel. Welcome back. So let's jump into this and see what the cards have for you today. Purpose. I know what I'm here to do. What else do you have for Leo? Guilt. I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. And pride. I love myself and I see myself in everyone. Okay, Leo. Well, I see that you're trying to find your purpose, but you're plagued with some guilt about a certain situation. And pride is definitely getting in the way here in regards to something. So we'll go ahead and dig a little bit deeper and see what the cards have. What is Leo's purpose? I'm seeing that you're trying to find your purpose, but right now you're going through something, you're dealing with something, and you know, this guilt and this pride is getting in the way of you being able to see clearly. You feel guilty about something, okay? Purpose. Tell me about purpose. Well, this definitely has to do with someone that you really care about. You know, someone that I feel as though it could be a soulmate connection or a very strong connection that, you know, you have in your life. This also has to do with childhood issues, okay? Childhood traumas. Yeah. Something came to a very painful ending for you. And, you know, you're plagued with guilt because whatever this connection was, it was very meaningful for you. And I feel like you felt this sense of purpose with this relationship, and now that it's no longer there, you've kind of lost yourself a little bit. Like, who am I? What do I want to do with my life, right? But, you know, you're still hurting, you're grieving, and we're really not supposed to get our ish together, you know, when we're grieving, right? It's like we're trying to find something that's going to make us happy, right? And we're thinking, well, maybe if I find my purpose, you know, this will make me feel alive again, right? But this guilt and this pride is plaguing you at the moment. So I feel like right now it's just a moment of, it's just a matter of taking your time to heal. Right? This goes deep, okay? Whatever happened here, it goes really deep. It goes back to your childhood, okay? So whatever this connection was connected to, you know, I feel like maybe traumas from your childhood and stuff like that, things were not resolved, and it may have you know, this ending may have triggered some of those things, or maybe some of the things that you've been through has caused this ending, okay? Some of the things that you've been through in your childhood. And, you know, sometimes we tend to do things subconsciously, right? Or, you know, we don't realize that we're doing certain things, okay? And until it's too late. And then we're like, oh my God, you know, I didn't realize that what I had been through in my childhood or whatever, you know, could have gotten in the way of this relationship progressing. There was this foolishness here, maybe even some naivety, okay? Yeah, naivety and inexperience. Tell me more about guilt. What can Leo do to get past this guilt? Sometimes we think we're ready for a relationship, and, you know, we go in there with the best of intentions and come to find out that this relationship is very triggering. It brings up a lot of things that we need to heal within ourselves. So guilt. You may feel a sense of guilt because maybe you're lacking in some sort of stability, some sort of structure here. Feeling guilty over like a lack of control here. Right. These are two cards of leaderships, the Emperor and the King of Wands. So you feel guilty because there's a lack of control. And I'm also picking up a lot of masculine energy, so I would say to dig deep into, the male figures in your life. Those who have played a significant role in your life, and see if maybe, just maybe, their examples were not necessarily the best of examples, okay? Maybe you have some sort of male figure in your life right now that is making you feel guilty for certain things, right? For maybe even not having your ish together, so to say, okay? But I see that you're definitely grieving here something, right? Or you feel like somebody backstabbed you, somebody betrayed you, feeling like you've had to deal with enemies, maybe some bitterness, right? What else can you tell me about guilt? How can Leo overcome this guilt? So it's about getting a handle on your fears, your anxieties, and your stress levels. I feel like you're feeling very overwhelmed right now, and you need some rest. You need some solitude right now. You need to regroup and heal. And that's how you're going to gain this independence again. Your independence is definitely coming, but you're plagued right now with a lot of really big emotions. And Spirit is saying right now is a time for you to rest. Right now is a time for you to regroup. Right now is a time for you to heal and to do some introspecting and maybe even some journaling. Write down some things that may have happened in your childhood and literally let it out on a piece of paper, because that's a lot of energy that you're harboring, and you have to kind of figure some things out for yourself. Okay, speak to me about pride. But I do see you being, you may even be single right now, some of you, or maybe wanting to be single, or maybe wanting to enjoy your singlehood, right? And if you're in a relationship, which I'm not picking that up here, but if whoever's watching this, if you're in a relationship, you may feel like you may want to become independent from this person, okay? But maybe you feel guilty about that. Speak to me about pride. Right, so you definitely have your guards up. I feel like you're very much on the defensive. It's like you're very determined to do something here. You're holding your own, okay? You're being very assertive right now. And it may be coming off as pride to some, but you're standing your ground. This pride is making you feel apathetic, right? Like disinterested. And it's keeping you in some sort of like negative pattern here. And you're coming off as very detached from a certain situation. Tell me more about pride. Right. So you feel as though like you don't want to be defeated, but you feel defeated. You feel as though there could be some deception around you. And I'm also seeing some self-sabotaging behaviors here. Well, Leo, wow. You're really going through it. You are really going through it right now. I feel for you, you know? So let's see what Spirit wants to say about how we can get out of this mess. What is your advice for Leo? How can Leo overcome this besides rest and regrouping? How can Leo overcome this? Love. This is definitely about a relationship. So when we're hurt, we tend to carry a lot of pride, right? And you know, we're angry, but there's like a lack of communication here. You have your heart very much blocked, and this has to do with love, someone that you feel very, very connected to. I know in the beginning I said I don't see love here, but it's looking like this is what this is, right? So you're feeling hopeless in a certain situation, especially when it has to do with love. You're feeling like this sense of despair, and you're like, well, Xabe, what do I do? You know, like, I've tried, and I feel like this person has betrayed me. I feel like there's some dishonesty here, some deception here. I feel as though the relationship has become somewhat monotonous, and there's like some boredom here, maybe even a lack of inspiration, right? Almost like, yeah, feeling hopeless in this situation. So it's time to get creative again, because if, oh, there's your card right there. Okay. All right, Leo. So this is about coming together with this person. You want a good outcome. You want a positive outcome. Spirit is saying, let go of your pride. Control those emotions. Overcome your self-doubt. Focus. Be brave. Because I see that if you set this pride aside and these emotions that are not serving you, I see that there could be some sort of connection here that can be restored. This is about teamwork. This is about setting goals in regards to what it is that you want and communicating, right? I see you feeling welcomed again and feeling like home again. But this is about you setting aside your pride, removing that guilt, remembering that a lot of the things that we do, especially when we're naive, we do it on a subconscious level, and a lot of it has to do with the things that we've seen growing up, the examples that we've had in our lives. So this is about looking back and saying, well, what did I go through, right? Who are the people in my life that have an influence or have influenced my life in some way, shape, or form? And you really got to kind of look at that and then look at, you know, take an example of somebody, you know, that you really like, a relationship that you feel like, you know what, I would really like to be like that. And when you look at a healthy relationship, you see communication. You see that it takes a lot of work. It takes therapy, right? It takes putting putting aside your pride, being vulnerable, being open, having that inner strength to control your emotions, or maybe saying, right now I'm feeling a certain way and I can't communicate how I'm feeling. You know, this takes a lot of work. Relationships take a lot of work. There's something that I have that helps me a lot. It's called the emotions, the feelings wheel. And you'll find that on the internet. And, you know, sometimes we don't know exactly what we're feeling. But this feelings chart, it tells you specifically, right? If you're feeling sad, it'll give you the words. And sometimes when we have those words, we're like, okay, yes, this is how I'm feeling. Okay, now I'm feeling validated. And then we can go to our partner and say, I'm feeling like this, or I'm feeling like that, right? And when we're able to communicate that to our partner, it's like an aha moment, like, oh, wow, honey, I'm sorry. You know, I didn't realize that I was making you feel that way. But that gives you an open door to be able to work through these problems, okay? This is about communicating, all right? So I do see a very positive outcome if you set aside this pride and this guilt, okay? Sometimes we just want to give up, right? But we know when there's certain people who are worth fighting for, okay? So that's what I have for you, Leo. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, it would be a wonderful exchange of energy if you hit that like button, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye, Leo.